All right, y'all. Welcome back to another episode of the N1 podcast. And before I start off, I'd like to let y'all know that I do write articles on Stadium Rant, and I do have an Instagram and the number one underscore podcast, and N1 podcast 23. So currently, the standings are looking like in the Eastern Conference, the Cleveland Cavaliers are 8-0, Celtics are 7-1, Miami is 3-3, Knicks are 3-3, Nets are 4-4. Bulls are 3-4, Pacers are 3-4, Magic are 3-5, Hawks are 3-5, Pistons are 3-5, Wizards are 2-4, Hornets are 2-5, Raptors are 2-6, 76ers are 1-5, and Milwaukee is 1-6. I will get to Milwaukee very soon. The Thunder are 7-0, the Suns are 6-1, the Warriors are 6-1, the Rockets are 4-3, the Mavericks are 4-3, the Lakers are 4-3, the Timberwolves are 4-3, the Nuggets are 4-3, the Kings are 4-3, a lot of 4-3s actually. The Grizzlies are 4-4, the Clippers are 3-4, the Spurs are 3-4, the Trailblazers are 3-5, the Pelicans are 3-5, and the Utah Jazz are 1-6. I am actually very, very shocked. I was not expecting Cleveland to be on this level of a run this early in the season. I wasn't expecting them to be this good this early at all. I was honestly expecting Cleveland to most likely be a middle of the pack team once again, but 8-0 to start off the season, that is incredible. Cleveland is just sparking out of nowhere. The post LeBron era in Cleveland is going insane. I don't even want to call it the post LeBron era anymore. This is the Donovan Mitchell era in Cleveland Cavaliers basketball because they are starting off 8-0. Cleveland has not looked this good since LeBron was playing in Cleveland, since LeBron, Kyrie, and Kevin Love were there. And Cleveland is 8-0. I know I keep repeating it, but this, to me at least, this seems very, very unreal. I was not expecting this at all. Cleveland, OKC, and Boston are the perfect examples of how the current NBA is. You need a well-built team. A well-built team nowadays is what's going to get you a championship. Unlike Milwaukee, who's 1-6. That is severely unacceptable, especially having Giannis and Damian Lillard on your team, having two superstars on your team. Now, 5 years ago, they would have had a guaranteed championship. And right now, they are tied for the worst record in the league. That is insane. They had multiple games. The Bucks had multiple games where they could have won, and yet they still lost. I believe they were up by like 16 against the Cavs, and then they managed to still lose that game by 1 or 2 points because Donovan Mitchell, being Donovan Mitchell, made that clutch mid-range shot against Milwaukee. And it's not like Giannis and Lillard are playing bad. I think Lillard had like one really bad game, I believe. But it's just that it's not enough. A two-headed monster is not enough anymore. Like I said, back in 2019, that's most likely a guaranteed championship. But ever since like 2022, ever since the 2022 Warriors, you truly, truly need a well-built team. A superstar duo or a big three is not going to get you a championship anymore. I could say the same thing about the Lakers. Last night they lost to the Pistons, which is severely unacceptable. Anthony Davis is playing like an MVP still. LeBron, well, it's LeBron, but nobody else is stepping up. So a big two is not enough for when a team is playing team basketball. When the Pistons are out here playing team basketball, they actually look like a decent team. But, it's the Pistons, so I don't really expect them to be that good. But that's just my point. You got the Bucks, who are basically relying on Lillard and Giannis to deliver a championship or deliver. I'm not even just say a win, not even a championship, because we all know that they're not winning a championship. They're not. But just deliver a win, and that's not enough. LeBron and AD trying to deliver a win, it's not enough. Because these days in the NBA, you need a perfectly built team. I don't even want to say perfectly, but if you have a well-built team around you, if you have your superstar player and he's built around with nice role players, great star players, they're going to be a great team. Just look at Boston, as I said earlier, look at Cleveland, surprisingly, and now look at OKC. The OKC Thunder and the Cleveland Cavaliers are the only team to be undefeated so far. And Boston only lost one game. And so far, realistically, Boston and OKC are looking like the championship favorites. And now you can honestly slide Cleveland in because they have started off on fire. And I honestly believe that they're going to keep on going. Now I want to go back to Milwaukee. Recently, there have been a lot of trade rumors. Giannis wanting to be traded either to Brooklyn, to Miami, to the Clippers. The Clippers is the most recent one. But I heard rumors about Brooklyn, and everybody's just like the best destination, the most likely destination is Miami. But I honestly don't believe that he's going to be traded to Miami after, the whole Lillard situation. I doubt Milwaukee would want to trade Giannis to Miami, but I doubt Giannis is going to be traded anytime soon. He's most likely going to be traded in the offseason if Milwaukee continues to go down the path that they're going. But these trade rumors, this frustration that Giannis has is understandable. It really is. But I don't understand why you would sign an extension when the team doesn't even have a clear path. They don't have a clear future. That doesn't make any sense. You are the superstar of the team. They bow down to you. They literally do that. So you need to make it clear. Giannis wants to win championships, and he said that multiple times. He wants to win multiple championships, but yet Milwaukee isn't making the moves to hook up Giannis with a good supporting cast. Yeah, they traded for Lillard, but at to what expense? They gave up Drew Holiday, who won a championship in Boston. And Drew Holiday, yes, Drew Holiday may not be a superstar like Lillard, but he is literally one of the best defensive point guards in the league. He is a great third option. And the fact that Milwaukee is an old team, they are old. I believe they are the oldest team in the league, or one of the oldest teams in the league. That's not good. They are wasting away Giannis's prime. They're wasting away Giannis's time in general. And Giannis is gonna want to leave. I don't see him staying in Milwaukee for the remainder of his deal. But I don't appreciate the fact that superstars, when they sign an extension, then they want to leave when they're in a bad situation. You have the leverage, as I said before. You need to make it known that you want the team to be serious about winning a championship. Look at what happened when LeBron didn't get his way. Look at what happened. LeBron left. He signed with Miami. LeBron came back to Cleveland. And what did Cleveland do? They started taking it seriously, and they tried to build a team around LeBron to win a championship. And what happened? 2016, they got a championship. They got multiple finals appearances. Yes, Giannis has that 2021 championship, but that's not enough. That's not enough in his eyes. The greats are defined by not just how much they dominated in the regular season, but how they dominated in the playoffs, how many championships they got, how many MVPs they have, DPOYs, all of that stuff. All of those things matter. And just one ring, yes, Giannis is definitely a top 5 power forward of all time, but I'm pretty sure Giannis wants to be in the conversation of the greatest power forward of all time. If not, he wants to be in the conversation as one of the greatest players of all time. And yet, he only has one championship. So that's not going to put you in that. That's not even going to get. It's not going to get you anywhere near that conversation if you only got one championship. Milwaukee needs to do something. They need to make moves. First of all, fire Darvin Ham and fire Doc Rivers. There was no reason to fire Adrian Griffin. I don't care if Giannis didn't like his coaching style or whatever. They were a winning team. I believe they were the 3rd seed last season before they fired Darvin Ham. Even Doc Rivers himself, Doc Rivers said he doesn't even understand why they hired him. He doesn't even know. And now I think Milwaukee Bucks fans are questioning why they even hired him in the first place. Also, it doesn't really help at the fact that it was revealed before the season started that Giannis and Lillard did not work out together. They didn't even work out in the offseason together. When I heard that news, that was scary. I realized that that's not good. You guys are new teammates still. You guys are in your 2nd season together. Y'all had your season where, y'all are trying to mesh together. You should have spent the offseason working together to try and build up that chemistry. I don't really think Giannis and Lillard really have chemistry. They're just playing great. They're great players and they play great, but I don't think they have chemistry. You can go back to the 2011 Miami Heat. Miami Heat in 2011, you got three great players together, but they didn't have chemistry. So yeah, they didn't really win that championship in 2011, even though the expectations were there for a championship. Now you got 2012, where Miami Heat started dominating because they started building chemistry. In 2013, you could say they arguably played even better in the regular season because they had even more chemistry. They had that 27-game win streak. So it takes time to build chemistry, but not working out in the offseason together, that's not going to help you. That's only going to hurt you because now it looks like they just don't have any chemistry together. So what can you really do? Like, I don't know what Milwaukee could do. They're honestly stuck. They're stuck. They're gonna have to try to make the playoffs. Now, do I think that it's over for them? No, I don't believe so. I think that they could still turn it around and they could possibly make the playoffs, but they don't look like they're gonna make it far. Like at best, at worst case scenario, they're a playing team and they don't make the playoffs from the playing tournament. Best case scenario, they finish in the first round. They get eliminated in the first round in like 7 games. I like to transition to my Miami Heat. Last night we lost to the Sacramento Kings. I was unable to check out the whole game. I was only able to clock in to about the final 30 seconds of the game. We were up by 3. We allowed Malik Monk to just dunk the basketball very easily because we just left the paint wide open. We miss a shot. The Kings called timeout. There's about 20 seconds left in the game, I believe. And then De'Aaron Fox misses a mid-range shot. And Domantas Sabonis gets the offensive rebound over 2 Heat players, tips it in, and the Kings are up by 1 with 0.7 left. And then Terry Rozier manages to chuck a near half-court shot and airballs. We lose by 1. Why? Because we had a great defensive stop on De'Aaron Fox, but because we have nobody in the paint to get a rebound, because we don't have any size, we couldn't get the rebound over Domantas Sabonis. Sabonis led the league in rebounds last season. You would think, okay, maybe it's time to put in Khalil Ware into the game. Yeah, he's a rookie, but he has some size. So I'm pretty sure he'll be able to at least tip the ball, at least. But no. We don't have any size. I've been saying this since the 2023 NBA Finals. We have no size. And at the end of the day, if you're not getting rebounds, you're most likely not going to win the game. We are 15th in the league in rebounds, literally in the middle. 15th. We got teams like the Utah Jazz, the Pistons, the Blazers, the Raptors, teams that are not going to make the playoffs, getting more rebounds than us. This is unacceptable. The Bulls are getting more rebounds than the Miami Heat. That is severely unacceptable. Severely. Oh my goodness, we are 15th in offensive rebounds per game. 15th. We're 14th in defensive rebounds per game. We are literally a mid-tier rebounding team. Literally in the middle of the league when it comes to rebounds. And we're supposed to be a playoff team. I have championship expectations because there's no other expectation for me this season than a championship. And we are 15th. 15th in the league when it comes to rebounds. That's not going to get a championship. You know who led the NBA playoffs in total rebounds last season, the NBA playoffs? The Mavericks. Number 2, Boston. Who were the opponents in the 2024 NBA Finals? Boston and Dallas. They led the playoffs in rebounds and they managed to make it to the finals. Is that a coincidence? I don't think so. I do not think so at all. We don't have any size and it's really pissing me off. It makes no sense that we have a rookie center, a actual center on the team, and yet he's not being utilized. I understand. I truly understand that you have to earn your minutes, but this man only played 2 minutes in a useless game against the Washington Wizards. That's it. 2 minutes this entire season. We've played 6 games this entire season, and Khalil Ware has only played 2 minutes out of those total 6 games. That is insane. How are you supposed to get NBA playing time? How are you supposed to earn your minutes when you're only playing 2 minutes in 6 games? I do have a suggestion, though. I have a suggestion. Let's get Dwight Howard. Let's sign Dwight Howard. That is perfect. Look, think about it. Dwight Howard is a veteran center, former defensive player of the year, three-time defensive player of the year. He's still productive. I don't expect Dwight Howard to score a lot of points. I just expect Dwight Howard to lock down the paint and get some rebounds. I don't even expect him to start. I just expect him to come off the bench and be a veteran big to Khalil Ware. That's an even better. That's even better because Bam is a power forward. Yes, Bam has been in the league for a while, but this is Dwight Howard. He's been in the league much longer. He's a multiple time All-Star. He was an MVP candidate. He won multiple Defensive Player of the Years. As I said, that's literally perfect. That is perfect for Khalil Ware. That is great mentorship right there. You have a great defensive mind in Bam, and you have a great defensive mind in Dwight Howard. I just really hope that Khalil finds playing time. I really do hope so because it doesn't make any sense that Bam and Thomas Bryant are switching between the center position when we are limited on the bigs that we have. The only other big that we really have is Kevin Love. That's it. But Kevin Love is aging. Yes, he can pop a three here and there. We have Jovic as well, but Jovic is a streaky shooter. He hasn't been playing that good this season so far. He hasn't been too efficient. Last night, he only had 12 points in about like 20 something minutes. That doesn't make any sense. Terry Rozier last night didn't play good at all. Bam only had like 16 points in 36 minutes. My bad. I don't understand it. Jimmy Butler and Tyler Hero were hooping. Tyler Hero has actually been playing really good. He's been playing really amazing this season so far. But like it's not enough. It is not enough. The Heat have been a team. They've been team basketball oriented, and yet you only got two guys stepping up. I don't understand. I think Asia Wilson need to start showing up to these games. Maybe that's when Bam is going to start hooping. In other news, Paul George is back. Yep. Unfortunately, the Sixers lost to the Suns. So yeah, Maxey has been hooping. Maxey is looking like a great player. He scored 32 points last night. Paul George only scored 15 points in 32 minutes. That is disgusting. But he is coming off of an injury, and I'm really not expecting Paul George to be the level of threat that Paul George is usually. I expect him to be a third option. And if Joel Embiid was playing, that would be great third option numbers. So, yeah, I guess. But as of right now, Paul George is going to have to play like a second option, which he's not really anymore. He's not a second option anymore. But Joel Embiid, yeah, that man ready to fight them reporters, bro. He's done too much for this effing city to get a lot of trash talk. But I will say this. One reporter did bring up his dead brother, his late brother, late family members, and that's severely uncalled for. That's really not necessary because now I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't want him to fight anybody, but I wouldn't be surprised if a fight did break out. If Joel Embiid did charge that man or woman, I don't know who the reporter was, but I'm assuming it was a dude. But I wouldn't be surprised if he charged them because that's not called for. Like let's stick strictly to basketball. There's no need to go onto the personal lives of all these NBA players. That's not necessary. But Joel Embiid is talking about how he's trying to make it seem like I'm not trying to say I don't want to play box by games. I don't understand where that narrative come from. You know, uh, I just need to get rest and all that stuff. Like that's the vibe that I'm getting from him now. But like he basically said that he doesn't plan on playing back to back games for the rest of his career. And that is gonna have a lot of people question, do you really want to play basketball? Yes, you get injury prone, but you have to work your body to become less injury prone. Maybe it's just because your body just, isn't used to all the wear and tear because you're resting so much. So maybe that plays a factor. So a lot of NBA players say that. I heard Kenny Smith say that you have to get in shape. Charles Barkley is always saying how players need to get in shape. You truly do need to get in shape when you're playing a professional sport. So yeah, are you injury prone? Yes, but if you are in shape, there could be times where you avoid certain injuries, and not playing back to back games isn't going to help. Not playing back-to-back games not only will hurt you more, it will hurt your pockets because you won't be able to get them all NBA selections and those all-star appearances or the MVPs that you want. And two, it's going to hurt your team even more. As you said, you've done too much for this effing city, yet you have no conference finals appearance, no NBA finals appearance. I mean, no conference finals appearance, so no NBA finals appearance. And yet you are usually, the 76ers are usually at the top of the league in the Eastern Conference for expectations of a championship. So yes, while I do believe what the reporter said about Joel Embiid's family was severely uncalled for and super unnecessary, Joel Embiid really needs to get back out there on the court. Is he 100%? I don't believe so. I don't know. I'm not him. I can't speak for him. But we have so many players out there, especially in the past, that have played when they were not in 100%, and yet we're still hooping. Joel Embiid was hopping on one leg. Joel Embiid was dealing with a knee injury in the playoffs against the Knicks, and he was able to drop 50. Joel Embiid dropped, I forgot what game, but he dropped 50 on a bad knee, and he's not 100% for the season. Get that out of my face, bro. Get that out of my face. Don't want to play back-to-back games to avoid injury. No, stop it. Again, load management has shown that it doesn't help. It doesn't help preserve players. It doesn't help reduce injuries. As of this recording, there are no NBA games scheduled for today due to it being election day. But tomorrow night, we have some nice games. We got the Knicks and Hawks at 7:30 Eastern time, obviously. We have the Suns and the Heat at 9. I hope we beat Phoenix. I really do. I wasn't expecting Phoenix to be this good, actually. Kevin Durant is being Kevin Durant. So, yeah. The Thunder against the Nuggets, that's going to be another nice game. And the Sixers and the Clippers, Paul George, you have a chance to, beat the Clippers because they wasted your time. But, yeah, that's really it. That's all I got for today, for today's episode. So, I'm out.